What's going on, WebHeads, and welcome back to day 19 of SpiderPop's second annual 25 Days of Christmas. Today is going to be a pretty interesting video. I actually haven't done a video like this before. Some of you may actually know when we actually first started the SpiderPop's Instagram account and YouTube, we actually used to have a fish tank in the background. Well, I still actually have that fish tank. It is just currently in the living room and no longer in the pop office, but it has actually been empty for quite a bit of time now, ever since my last two bristlenose plecostomuses died. So we are actually going to be going to our local PetSmart today, and we're actually going to start our journey to having a really awesome female beta sorority tank. So that should be really fun. I have actually never done a female beta sorority tank before, and that just means we're going to get a few female beta fishes, and since they are female, they actually won't fight each other. So that should be really fun, and then they're just going to be swimming around the tank. But before we actually get that, we just got to make sure the tank is in order. So we've got to make sure it has some cleaners on the bottom to stay nice and clean. So for today's video, we're going to be going to our local PetSmart to go pick out some snails. So it should be very exciting. We're going to be picking out some cool looking snails. So it should be a pretty fun video, and hopefully you guys stick around till the end. Alright, so this is actually the 20-gallon fish tank we actually have right now, and we do have these Barcopa plants that have just kind of gone crazy since I put them in. They were just like 4 little stalks when I actually first planted them, but they've gone a little crazy, so that's going to be really cool for the beta fish. And then we also have our current snails in there right there. That snail has not been doing very good since we put it in, but those ones have been zooming around the tank. And down here is actually these snails that came before them, so we're going to have to come up with some different names for these guys, because the first snail I had was actually that big guy right there, and that was actually Gary the snail, and he was massive. He lived to be about a year old. And then after him we got Larry the snail, and then the smallest one was Jerry the snail. But they have all passed away right now, so that is their shells. But those were super cool snails when I actually had them. Gary was an absolute beast. But yeah, that is just the current 20-gallon tank right now. We got the nice Spider-Man colored gravel at the bottom, and yeah, we're just gonna get to PetSmart and probably pick out a couple more snails.
8:01 p.m.
Alright, just pulled up to PetSmart now, and we're going to go inside and see if we can find any snail buddies that we can actually add to the SpiderPop's 20-gallon tank, and maybe look at a couple beta fishies just to kind of scope out what they have. But yeah, let's just go inside and see what kind of snails we can pick out, and we'll take a cool little tour of the fish section of the store. So yeah, let's just get inside. Alright, we're at the PT Smart, and yeah, it looks like it really wants to be a PetSmart, but half the time it's a PT Smart. So let's see if they actually have any snails inside now that's a PT Smart. Alright, here's an actual look at their beta section. It's actually 25% off all exotic betas, but I actually do not see a whole lot of female betas, and that's actually the beta fish we are actually looking for. But right here they actually have the glowfish betas, and I actually have no idea if that is a male or a female right there. It kind of looks like a female because it's a bit smaller, but I actually do not know. Most of these actually look like females in the glowfish section, but yeah, I'm hoping for a little bit of variety. So yeah, we'll just keep looking and we'll see if we find any cool ones. But let's just head over to the snail section and see if they got any cool snails to add to the tank. That guy looks so sad. Alright, here are actually a few of these snails, but that's actually kind of a bummer. There's actually a dead fish right there in the tank, but yeah, we actually got a bunch of these snails right there. They don't really look to be in good shape, so I'm not sure if I'll be getting any out of that tank. But then if we come over here, we also have a few more snails. But once again, these snails do not look to be in that great of shape, and I don't know if I'll actually be picking up any of these guys here. These are some things that I actually think is really funny that they actually sell at PetSmart, but right there is actually just a common plecostomus right there. So you see that little guy right there? We actually used to have bristlenose plecostomuses, and my bristlenose plecostomus would actually get to be around that big fully grown, but these guys are definitely not going to be able to stay in this tank forever. Probably like 6-foot long fish. Like, they get absolutely massive, and I just think it's funny that they sell them for what, $3.99, and you're not even going to be able to house it for its whole lifetime. So that's something that was pretty funny about them down there. You can actually see down there's actually a bunch of them that are already a bit bigger than they actually are in the tank above, so you can already see how much those things grow. But yeah, I'm just honestly seeing a bunch of dead fish in the tank, which is not a good sign. I don't really want to add that to my tank if there's like a sickness going along, because as you can see right there's just literally like 3 fish that are just struggling. But yeah, just a little sad and a bit interesting to see the actual fish and snail selection here at my local PetSmart. Want to hold me. Are people really asking to hold that fish? I don't think you're supposed to hold fishies. All right, and I think we actually just found a betta fish we are actually going to rescue today. And I'm actually looking at that female right there. And she's looking probably the healthiest out of all of these betta fishies here. And I think she's got some cool Spider-Man red coloring. So I think we're just gonna pick her up and we'll try to get her back to our 20-gallon tank as soon as possible and try to get her acclimated. A female crown tail. Nice. How are you?
Doing pretty good, thank you. Did you have a fun run with us?
Yes.
Did you see the new movie?
Yeah, I saw it opening day and absolutely blew my mind.
Man, I smiled the whole way through.
All right, we got our female betta fish right here, and we just got to get to the car as fast as possible because we do not want our brand new betta fishy to freeze out here because it is quite chilly. But pretty cool, we actually got ourselves a new betta fishy to actually add to the 20-gallon tank. So I think we'll just pick up recording once we actually get home and are able to get her acclimated. And we'll just set our new betta fishy buddy in the cup holder right there.
20 minutes later.
All right, and we are back at the 20-gallon tank. We got our snails in there right now, and there we have our female betta fish, and she is ready to actually get acclimated into the tank. So we are just going to lift up the lid right there, and we are just going to let her float for a little bit. And all right, she's floating in there, getting used to her new environment in the 20-gallon tank. So yeah, we'll just start recording again once she's a little bit more acclimated, and we can actually release her alongside all of these awesome plants we got in the tank. So yeah, pretty cool. We'll just start recording once she is all acclimated. Right, so it has been about like 25 or 30 minutes, and we've just been letting our female betta fish acclimate, and she should be about ready to actually put in the tank now. So yeah, we're just going to separate her from the pet store water and then place her in the Spider Pop's 20-gallon tank. So yeah, let's just get onto that because she's been in that cup long enough. We got our female betta fish in the tank now, and she is just swimming around exploring, and she looks really nice in this 20-gallon tank. So yeah, there she is right there, nice and bright Spider-Man red. Super stoked we were actually able to find her at PetSmart. And yeah, she's just over there exploring her new home. Definitely a lot bigger than the cup we actually got her in, so this should be a pretty big improvement. Yeah, there she goes, just messing around the filter. We actually have Gertrude the snail on one of those leaves, so that is pretty cool. And our new female betta fishy is going to be having to get used to those guys, but yeah, we still need a name for this betta fishy, and my older sibling actually suggested MJ because it's red, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, make sure to comment down below what you think we should actually name our brand new female betta fishy, because she is just super cool and she looks really awesome in this 20-gallon tank. She's, oh, that's kind of funny. I forgot. My old fish Beta Ray Bill used to do that. She's like freaking out right now, and she's actually looking at her reflection. I will make sure to keep you guys updated on her journey in our 20-gallon tank, and we'll be sure to keep you guys updated once we actually decide to get some more female betta fishies, because that should just be really cool, and I am super excited for that.
Somewhere beyond the sea.
All right, and there we have it. We got our 20-gallon tank set up, and it is running now, and we actually now have some snails and now a brand new betta fishy. So once again, make sure to comment down below what you think we should name this brand new betta fishy, and I will take all of your comments into consideration. But yeah, just really stoked to actually have her to add to the tank, and she looks really nice. I am really digging how the plants look, and I'm sure she is going to dig it as well. But yeah, super stoked I was actually able to take you guys along with me to PetSmart, and initially went there to get snails, but we came back with a betta fishy instead. So pretty cool, but other than that, that is pretty much going to do it for today's day 19 of Spider Pop's 25 Days of Christmas. Make sure you guys stick around to the end to answer the Marvel trivia question so you're entered into our holiday giveaway, because that is just a giveaway you definitely don't want to miss out on, but it is completely your choice. But once again, details are actually in our day 15 video of Spider Pop's 25 Days of Christmas, so make sure to go back and watch that if you haven't already, so you guys know how you can enter and win in our giveaway. But yeah, other than that, that is going to do it for today's day 19 video on the Spider Pops channel. So yeah, make sure you guys are staying safe out there, staying frosty and having fun, of course. Have an amazing rest of your day, webheads. Bye bye.
Hey guys, you ever see that really old movie, Empire Strikes Back?
You manifest a ceiling when you shy away, searching for the feeling just like an I love you that isn't words, like a sung hero that's never heard. Don't you shh.